Buenas tardes, mis perros. Y bienvenidos a la programa de cripto con Roda esta noche. What did you say? Ah, konnichiwa. Crypto team. Hi. Kurebasai. Watashi Road Dog. Well, see you. Don't not go home way. This sucker's done lost his mind. I think he needs a little bit more cowbell. Well, a little cowbell fixes everything. I feel better already.
Like a real new anthem. Shawty saw my wallet, now she think a new ransom. Whoa, telling me she wanted me to hammer. Trying to get saved, baby, I am not the answer. No, I can never trick on the bone. Plus the bitch is my with a kiss on my lips. Like, I am not a pimp with a limp. I'm a man with a gift, and I'm doing my shit. Like, tell them other niggas I'm the man in the city, and my bank account bigger, and my body count bigger. That's without a doubt. I'm 100 steps ahead. That's a lot of mouth. That's a lot of clout. What you all about? What your dollar amount? Are you a boy scout? I'm a big dog. Tell the truth, I don't get y'all. This shit kinda corny. Motherfucker, turn this shit off, bro. I can't rap how everybody else rap, bro. Everybody talking about how cars, clothes, chains, and money. That shit corny as fuck. I don't want to rap about that corny. Motherfucker, I've been mortified, fortified, feeling like a Mordecai. I ain't regular, feel like Jordan wearing 45. Traumatized, victimized, seen some of my niggas die. Knock you off a base with a bat when them niggas slide. Homicide, genocide, televised, emphasize, perpetuating war. Tell that nigga he gon' pick a side. Hood ties from hood lines, now niggas doing dope lines.
And here I was talking with the mic off.
Don't run into the cops, that's the motto.
Ladies and gentlemen,
get chipped like
are you ready?
Through the hood, now standing like Verado. Why you eat bread with avocado? We been trying to dodge shells before it landed on tomato. Singing all my sorrows on Apollo. I've been trying to pave the way, but they didn't tell me it was potholes. America ain't dreaming, it been scheming when the birth definition came from black.
Here we go.
We all know it's black.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
Welcome everyone to Late Night Crypto Road Dog. So happy to be back. I missed you guys. I got to some of those hotel destinations, and between my setup and the Wi-Fi there, it was just basically a no-go situation. So just decided to tough it out till we got back home, and here we are. And first night back live. Glad to have you guys here. Say hello, everybody's hanging out with me tonight. Before we start diving into the charts and looking at the crypto world, we got Joe from Trade Intuition, fellow YouTuber. How's it going, Joe? Brackus Adventures, man. Glad to have you back, man. I missed you guys too. Dave P's in the house. How's it going, Dave? All right. Let's see what's cooking. We can take a look at Bitcoin on the daily, kind of figure out what's going on. This is the biggest thing, man, this trend line right here, right? Remember, we were below it, below that 200, man. It was looking scary. Expecting probably a bearish retest, but instead we got above it, which is good. Our Wyckoff theory, you know, it also comes into play here. If that's the kind of idea that you're looking at, this falls into play with that. I was pointing out more of these green lines right here, these big old green suckers right here. Because if you're wanting to look for a pattern, well, zooming out and trying to get a grips of it, connecting your tops and bottoms and everything is a much better way than just trying to zoom in on some small time frame and try to go from there. I mean, there's a time and place everything, but when you zoom out, you get more of a feel for what's going on. This particular pattern, depending on how you define this little guy, if you want, it can give us some insight to what's going on. Very similar. Now, it's not exactly a flat top, right? You can see there's a little bit of a deviation there, a little bit of a slope, right? The closest thing we got, you know, we can go over here to Thomas Bukowski, and we're looking at a right angle descending broadening formation, which this might be. It's a little subjective when it comes to those tops. We're going to float this idea out there. When you take it to the candle bodies, to the wicks and things like that, it could be all right. So we're right in this nick of the area here, and these have a fairly decent chance to break upward, regardless of whether price is coming down to form the pattern or whether price is leading up into the pattern. They got about a 64% chance to break to the upside, so that's kind of nice to know. A little measure move being the width of that length there that you can apply. So there's an idea to apply to this. I'm looking at that. Basically, I'm happy just that we got past this white line. That's the big sign for me right there. So let's clear some of these target guys out of the way. What we were talking about, 68,743. Even up to 70. These are the targets that I had before I left. And oh look, did it hit it? Did we nail the 70 or whatever? No, what are you? Anyway, right now on the daily, we're losing our 9 moving average, and we're kind of retesting this earlier trend line idea that we had. We were following the this is where we started. This is where we kind of deviated up to. We lost that over the last few days, which I've not been keeping up with. And then now we're retesting this bottom one. Now this one needs to hold, or, you know, we got a different situation going on. If this trend line doesn't hold, well, we could look at 63, but a possibility going even lower than that. Not really crazy about that idea at the moment. I'm really not. Oh, it looks like we had a boss ass bitch line up here. I have a vague memory of that. That was a boss ass breakout from something. I would have to rewind the tape. It's a measure move for something though. Anyway, so what we doing with Bitcoin now? Well, we're hoping that this trend line holds. If it doesn't, it could be a little bad. I'm going to come to a smaller time frame so I can get a little bit more noise, so that line looks like it makes a little bit more sense. Because sitting there on the daily is just a bunch of wicks and barely touching some candle bodies, and it, you know, it doesn't look very strong. But looking on the 4 hour, it looks a little bit more promising here. Now, what I do like about this is when I bring in my moving averages to help me figure out what might be going on here, and especially on the bigger time frame like the 4 hour. I've got a 200 moving average here. It is below the 800, the 600, and 300. That's a little bit bearish. A little bit bearish on that. However, price and all the other moving averages are above that. Now, that's kind of cool. It looks like every moving average but the 200 has crossed positively above these bigger moving averages. I'm taking that as a good sign. We just got to convince the 200 to jump up above there also on this time frame, and we should be okay. This is telling me we got a good chance to be okay, and that reaching these areas at 63, while it's possible, maybe on the table, I'm probably not going to do it. I'll just say that. We're probably not going to do it. I can be totally wrong. But the chart is saying, it could happen, but it's a good chance it might not. So I'm going to go with that. Big kick to neck a little twin wide here. There's all different things that you can start seeing here. You know, there's a little hump there, a little humpty hump there, and a little humpty hump there, and everybody's, I don't know. people look at it different ways. There's a trend line right here that definitely could offer some support there. That's also where this 600 moving average is coming in. So 64.6. Now that one, could we see a wick down to there? I can see that happening, probably. But right now, this trend line seems to be nice. 100 moving averages there too. I kind of like that idea. So what I'm hoping for is to see a bounce from here, and another little sign with the moving averages could give us is that on this 4-hour time frame, the 9 and the 21 together are both bending over. You know, like that tree blowing in the wind, and before it straightens back up. I like the signs I'm seeing here that we can actually move forward a little bit. So rather than shorting, well, I've been working on my long. And it's been some good trading. My numbers have went up over this pump, and hopefully your bags went up as well. But altcoins overall, though, if you're looking at them in the big sense, and the altcoins have just been a little bit lackluster. And so if we come over to total 3, take a look at it rather than looking at Bitcoin at the moment. We'll get back and look at Bitcoin, see if we can get some shorter term targets and cool stuff like that. But it's those altcoins, man, that what are they doing? What's going to happen to my altcoins? We're still below our major trend line on altcoins. She's still got some work to do before she starts showing us those gains that we really, really want to see. But there's some signs, some good things. Now, if you believe in the death cross on the daily, we got the death cross. You get prices above it and the 200 moving average, so it hasn't really cashed in on anything yet. If it does, trying to tighten up some trend lines here, and we're still respecting this trend line, but it's a very good chance that it could break. There's no doubt about it. Overall, it's not bad for altcoins. It's really not. Our moving averages, they're stacking up in order. Got the 800, 600. This one's a 360, the 200. So all the momentum is stacking up properly in its sequential order, right? So we're on the right track for altcoins. It's just taking a little time here. So I am seeing some good signs here. Even with that death cross, though, that'll play out. We'll probably get some sideways. A little bit of altcoins. It's not yet their time yet, unfortunately. And I know you go into these altcoins hoping that they're going to outperform Bitcoin and going to make us the money, and then we got to sit here and just watch a few of them perform while the other ones just kind of hang out and they're boring, not doing very much, right? But if you have more Bitcoin in your bags, which is something that I preach here on the channel, to be more heavier in Bitcoin, I recommend somewhere between at least 50 to 75% in Bitcoin on your overall bags in crypto. It makes the game a lot more enjoyable and a lot more profitable, in my personal opinion. That's just my take on it. But if you are a little bit more heavier in Bitcoin, then your portfolio will, you've seen some gains. You've seen some nice changes in it. Let's check back with you guys really quick here. Strigus, hey, there's Stray Guy. How's it going, Strigus? My internet keeps getting worse these days. Gosh, hopefully this one's okay now. The hotel was horrible. The stream's current bit rate is higher than recommended. Well, my bit rate is too high? You tell me I gotta lower my bit rate? Just tell me I gotta lower my bit rate. Oh, mine looks, what should it be? Let's try that. I had to lower my bit rate. Striga says I was having some road dog withdrawal. How's it going, Striga? DP, so is the U.S. government just teasing us moving the Bitcoin around on chain? I wouldn't pay much attention to it. They got rules for getting rid of things too that they confiscate, and usually it's by auction. Usually it's not just by direct selling. I don't know. I would not be afraid about when I'm seeing this stuff move around at the moment. With the choke point 2.0 going on, I think it would probably be more likely a spook tactic. And surely they're not stupid to try to taint Bitcoin and think that it wouldn't be traced back to them. All right, so Bitcoin, what you doing, Bitcoin? I'm thinking she's got a good chance to bounce off this line. If she doesn't, you know, it kind of suggests that 63,000 might be retested again somewhere in those areas. I don't want to see it. Personally, I want to get rid of some of these lines so I can reformulate. I don't even know what that was. That wasn't what I was trying to go for. I'm trying to find a fib. There we go. So we got a new high here. Now we can look and see what we got. What the fibs say. The fibs say we're in a strong place to bounce. Okay, so we've since we touched our high, we've come back to this 236 area. I'll be honest with you, they normally don't hold, but a bounce from here is hella bullish. Hella bullish. Or like big nice move up if we bounce here. But if we lose it, the fibs say our next level to look for is about 63.7, 63.6. So that would be what we need to look for Bitcoin. Some people would point to this wick and say, woo, could be a reversal wick there going on. Let's see if we got any divergence going on. There might be some slight bearish divergence here at the top. I don't think it's anything to be too concerned about. Even the Ichimoku cloud itself says that 62.8 could happen. So we just gotta be cautious, and my plan on this is just to slowly build a position at some lower margin there. Let's take a look at some of our favorite altcoins and see how they're performing. Got some strong runners out there. Caspa's been doing good. Who all's in Caspa? You know, I guess some ones if you got some Caspa. Is Caspa one of your main bags, or is it just a side chick? I can't even read this chart anymore. I gotta erase some of these targets. So it looked like 19.2. We had that one. I'm still waiting for that 22 cent area. And we haven't quite made a new high on Caspa, not just yet. It's about 19.8. It's been about as high as we got here. So zooming out on Caspa, let's get a feel for what we've got. Got one of those nice channels to the upside. The little local patterns, the megabone patterns, normally bearish, but they're fun until they get that way, right? And it's been suggesting 22, 23, even up to 25 cents for the longest time. It just takes Caspa a while to get there. And we're trying to clear 19.8 again. Looks like we're headed straight forward again. Hopefully we can make another higher high, which would be cool. And I was just $20 or 20.5 cents. And going wick to wick to wick there, looks like she might come up there and find a little bit of resistance. So for a shorter term target, I do kind of like that at 20.5 cents. Bitcoin looks like she's continuing to drop here on the smaller time frames. Looking at it on 6 minute over here. This is the one I mostly follow when I'm just watching it, and I've got my moving average that kind of give me a good idea. And it was okay until they started caving in. The 200 started giving in to some of these bigger moving averages. So we're getting ready to flip here on the 6 minute. She's getting ready to flip all bearish. I was hoping that we would get a bounce here off of this 66 area here, this orange trend line, but it's like we might be in danger of. We're going to flirt with the idea of breaking that trend line. And the 6 minute suggests that we might actually come down a little bit more. So we got Solana sitting at 181 after hitting up around 193. That was a nice little run. Now on my spot margin accounts, I've had some sell orders pyramided up through here. Taking advantage of that, taking some profit, paying back that loan so I can buy her up cheaper. Let me get to a decent time from here. Let's go to the daily on Solana. Clear off my screen. So we're looking at this trend line right here. This green one, and it was pretty much in focus right back over here, but then we started getting out of focus with this inverted head and shoulder type or triple bottom pattern, and it looks like we're right back up at retest areas there at 190, and those are the areas that it's like we bearishly retested, possibly bearishly retested that trend line. But now we are still above the 9 moving average here. I think we're just going to clear this whole baby off and take a fresh look here. Might even turn the moving averages off. Solana. Get some of this noise out here on the weekly, and then we kind of see this nice little scallop pattern. Could it be a cup and handle? It might be a cup and handle. Usually they kind of come up about level. Eventually it might come up level and then handle out again. So you got some things that could happen there. So some swing high to swing low, we've holding pretty well above that 618. That's a great thing. So that automatically puts 206 on our radar, but there's no place to stop now. We got a nice bounce off of this. Oh, nice. That gives me some interesting targets up here. 235 looks like a really nice one to shoot for Solana. Also, as well as 206 that'll be the area we got to get above. Retest again. We haven't been there since back in April, but that's where we're headed next. If we can get above that 235, then 267, 260, right at 268 is going to be, that's going to be the really nice one. It's going to be just a little bit higher than this other high that we had before, which we need to make a little bit of a higher high, and then she probably will make a higher low, and then we'll see where we get to go. Let's connect some trend lines here and see what's going on. So this could be a possible bearish retest. Gotta keep that in mind. That might mean we gotta fumble around a little bit before we get up to these areas, and it may not be as fun of a ride. But then we also want to include this new information we got here, just in case we bounce off of here. Now we got some kind of little makeshift weird ass channel to look at for some possible support. We all need a little support now and then. Ethereum has been hanging around what, $3,300. Losing her major trend line, going to put her down. She might be coming back down to about $24.95, $2,500. Could be on the radar. I'm not seeing it happen just quite yet. Let's pull our moving averages back up and get a better feel for things. What did they suggest? They also suggest that, yeah, They do. 50 moving average is currently coming in about 26.70 something. As price kind of falls down here toward that 50 moving average, it can hang around here, and looks like we could retest these upper highs that we had about 2,500. Could be on the radar for Ethereum, and if we look at this top over here, and we can see that we definitely had some divergence, and that's a clue that we might have some kind of drop or reversal going on. It's slight. It's very slight. This is just the slope of this line from being horizontal, just up just a little bit. But when you look at the RSI for that, I mean, that slope is that's pretty substantial. So it's a weaker form of divergence, but it is. It's called exaggerated divergence. That's a little exaggerated, but it's weaker than hidden divergence according to traditional technical analysis. But it does recommend that the trend to the upside there's a change in trend when you see that. So a little bit of a correction is what I see out of Ethereum, which would be good and kind of standard after you get an ETF approved. Seems like you buy the rumor, sell the news, buy it back at a cheaper price when they try to drive it down for all their buddies to get in. Ethereum might be going on sale again. That would be interesting. R-Wave. Looking at R-Wave here on the weekly, man, we're above the 9 moving average. That's cool. Check her out here on the daily. Oh, look, she got the death cross. She's gonna die. She's gonna die a horrible death. It's doing the same with what we've seen with a lot of the altcoins. Lost this major trend line, and they're kind of flagging out or going sideways. It's in the middle of Ichimoku Cloud, and I like that. That's usually a good sign. She's playing red light, green light there on Market Cipher, indicating that a little sideways action. Hadn't really decided if she wanted to go bearish yet or not. Seems like 29.49, 29.50 could be coming into the radar here. We're at $30 right now. Also possible. Let's just go ahead and mark it. 26 bucks. If that trend line cannot hold, if she loses that 200 moving average here on the daily, I would be looking about 25.97-ish. But if it holds, well, we can just kind of float around here for a little while and slowly make our way back up to 35. Nothing great going on with these altcoins, really. They do have a little bit of a struggle still ahead of for them. Also want to take a look at Link. Oh, that's a noisy chart. Looking at Chainlink, it's on the daily chart. The same thing. Trend line breach. Major trend line breach. Didn't recover it. Might go sideways for a little while. This is where I want to zoom out, take a bigger look at this guy again. So we're holding above the golden fib there. That's cool. That's cool. So I'm not saying that it's going to happen, but I'm just saying it's possible that if Bitcoin starts stealing the show and altcoins take a back shelf for the next 6 to 8 weeks, and we might be looking at $10 Link again. Unless something bullish comes up and she reclaims this ground, but this is not looking too healthy. It's starting to flip to the bearish side a little bit right here. Some coins that are looking kind of interesting too is AIOZ. And this is it on the weekly. Let's go to the daily. Had a nice day today. Popped up above the 200 moving average there. That's kind of cool. Oh, did you knock a target? Did we finally get it? 67. Yeah, we did. The measured moves what it was. From here to here. To give us just a measured move target of where we could hit, and we got up there. I'm still looking for a possibility of going to 73 cents, so that's still on the radar. It looks kind of possible. Let's kind of zoom out and see what we got here. Because now we got an actual trend line to follow. Yeah. I'd say we could probably do that. 74 could be on the radar. Let's go ahead and move this one out of the way there. So now we clean up our charts with what we got now. I like 73. I don't know if she's ready to break out just yet. The larger moving averages are looking kind of nice though. They're in order. So the strength of the move, it looks like it's on its side. Rune is no longer in the $3 area. She is back up to the 470, so that's good. Rune got kind of scary there for a little while. So I've got a target up here around $5, $5.10. Looks like we wicked up there a couple of days ago, but I'm looking for a possibility going right back up there again. We'll take into account this, what we've got. I'm gonna go from this wick. When I get kind of weird like this, I first go from a wick to the candle bodies, and then that gives me, you know, and I look for how well, if there's angles there, and this one's got a good angle there, so that gives me a nice trend line in that kind of weird ass situation. And then usually if you go to a smaller time frame, you can kind of see it, like maybe the 4 hour, 2 hour, it looks a little bit more, oh yeah, well that makes a little bit more sense, right? So since we're here on the 2 hour, what's going on here, man? We're above the 200 moving average, that's cool. 200 across the 660 something moving average, that's good. Still got some work to do there. I'm not seeing very much above 5. But if we can get up and maintain 5, I would look for 634 to be that next target area. Road Dog getting sleepy, and my light is haunted. Celinda says, hey, how's it going, Celinda? Celinda says, Cass is my 3rd biggest bag. Nice, nice. Brackets of Interest says, so what does oversold and overbought mean and price reaction? Well, a good indicator to kind of use this on, or use those ideas on, is your RSI. And the RSI is a 100% scale, so it goes from 0 to 100 basically. That's all that means. It's just like your grades in school. And then you got these little areas here, usually right about 30% and 70%. I mean, you can change that, but as a general rule, is like for this particular indicator, that when these lines get above here, well, then it is overbought. That the asset is overbought. People bought too much of it, and it's like a hot potato. They're ready to sell it. And then when price gets down here, then it's oversold. People sold out too much, went too hard, whatever kind of long squeeze, you know. And when we get in this territory, when we get overbought or oversold, it marks areas or times that we could possibly be reversing, and that's why those terms are important, because they can could be signaling or signifying a possible reversal coming when we start seeing price or indicators indicating that. And if a lot of indicators start indicating that, well, you get more signs saying that. My personal opinion, the more probability it is to actually happen. And so most of your indicators have that, and I know you got the same thing here at the stochastics. So this looks different on Market Cipher, but it would still be like from a 0 to 100%. So, you know, we got oversold and then we got overbought. Or overbought and then oversold. Yeah, it gets confusing sometimes there. So when your indicators go up to the tops, they're running kind of hot and everything, well, they just bought too damn much. Things are they're getting just a little too hot, too a little steamy. Hopefully that clears that up. There is a coin that I want to take a look at. It's over in Cosmos ecosystem. Don't hear much about it. It's been out for a while. It's called Iris, and I just want to go over quickly to Tokenmetrics, which I thought I was signed in on. Are we doing this again? See if we can get in on this real quick. So Tokenmetrics over here. Let's see, the hot trader coins, if you're interested, and I don't know if you can see behind my head. Why? I think we looked at that one. I still haven't really come to an answer on that one. Why? Woofy, Kindu, Inu, is a lot of meme coins. Fast Token, Link AI. There's Casper right there. It's got a trader grade of 94%, so we're liking that right now. Catwhip Hat, Harambe, Bitcoin Avalanche. I don't even know what that is. Jupiter and Solana seem to be on the list there, and Jito, BitTensor. Tal's on there. I think Tal should be on my list to look at tonight. But I was wanting to take a look at Iris and see how it's got it rated. Iris Net. It's been out for a while now. Work with me. All right, so I'm trader grade. It's actually got a buy on trader grade. I'm going to look at it in the investor grade here. And this got a flat 0. It's not telling me anything for investor. Valuation grade is 64%. Technology grade is 55%. Market cap is 26 million. Circulating supply is 1.6 billion out of 2 billion. All-time high for this guy. It's 30 cents about 3 years ago. She's at 2 cents now, so it's one that can do a possible 10, 11, 12x. It's one of the smaller ones that can do that kind of gain that you might not even think about sometimes. I've just seen that it was moving there. I wanted to take a look at it and see how I graded it. I'll take a look at the Iris chart. I think I've got some of this somewhere. I think it's been staking for a long time. Well, I guess you need to go up because you've just been going down. Of course, this is it against Bitcoin. Which, when you look at it against Bitcoin, it doesn't look very as profitable, right? Unless you got a big old nice spike up. Just something to keep in mind on all altcoins, see how they do against Bitcoin. It would be one of those, well, not really a Hail Mary play, but, just lottery ticket plays, I guess you'd say. I'm confident this one would make some gains. I don't know if it's one that I would want to just put a biggest part of my portfolio into, but I would be at least looking for it to get back up to 6 cents as the next target. And she's sitting at just under 2 cents right now. She was just moving today down at these bottoms. We got one, we got two. Could we have another little, some kind of scallop over here? It would have to come in time, and this one could take 6 months to get up there. Who knows? I'm on the weekly chart right in here too, but that would be about 3x. Just something to look at. If you got it already and you're hanging on to it, maybe you can expect that. Nothing I would run into right now. Then we got Vanry. We've looked at that one quite a bit over here on the channel lately. She's been of interest. Oh, that didn't go anywhere.
You suck, road dog, you suck!
I lost that trend line. Ooh, what are you doing here? What are you doing here? Golden. You got the death cross, man. What's up with that? Well, out of this nice little possible falling pattern, then had a possible bear trap. La la la. She ended up losing that trend line, and that was the exit sign. That was the, hey man, might want to think about getting out when you lose your major trend lines. Let's see what we got. You're not looking as high. Why you were on my radar today? You're showing up on the movers and the shakers. Are you getting ready to do something? I'm not seeing it. I think this one's got a good chance to come back about 9.5 cents. We would hope that she would just continue right on up to that fib area, about 18 cents. But seeing the way our moving averages are here, and that we're under, you know, we broke some major trend lines there. Oh, you'd have to break another one to get down that far, though, wouldn't you? Let's see if you can hold about 10 cents. Bushki, hey, welcome to stream. Hey, can you look at BitRock chart? Their multi-dex will release soon. That means easily accessed from all major chains. Rock. Let's see. It lost its major trend line too, did it? Market cap is 6.5 million. What? Total supply is 100 million. Ethereum contract address. That looks kind of interesting. What are you exactly now? Build without limitations, IBFT 2.0 proof of authority Ethereum sidechain with near zero native gas fees and lightning speed block time. Self-launched in July of 2023 as a POA Ethereum sidechain with a fully circulating supply. BitRock boasts of an ultra low-cost trading experience coupled with a 1-second block time. Okay. What is this? It's available BitGet, Uniswap, MexC, Bitmart. Let's see. Let's take a look at it. Brock. Oh, have I looked at this before? That was way over here. All right. going to zoom out to the weekly. So below the non-moving average, it looks like she's trying to regain it. That would be cool. And she's trying on the 5-day. Have you done it yet? Kind of done it on the 3-day, possibly. Okay, well, let's stick with you for a little bit. We'll stick with the 3-day. Or the daily? Are you above it on the daily? Daily looks interesting. The daily, we've got the 21, the 9, and the 50 moving averages all right there together in prices. It needs to jump above all three of them, and so that they can cross and price go up. Otherwise, this little Ichimoku cloud saying, I can dump you more. Don't need to dump more. We're a good little distance from the 200 on this time frame on the daily. I mean, if we take a measure move over here, let's take it from this last little high to the bulk of the trend line there. Are we anywhere close? No. Pattern wise, we'd be doing something a little bit like that. Actually, technically more like that. These patterns, when they break to the downside, do not usually go as steep. I would be tempted to do that one, but I don't know that that's going to be very accurate either. So something more like that. Could she come down this far? It could, but I feel silly drawing it there. I don't think it's very accurate. For me, a situation like this, I would pull a fib. Cause the fibs reveal the magic. That's a little bit of an interesting shape there that some people might see a diamond, some people might see a inverted head and shoulders. I see an 886 fib that's just not really been knocked out of the way yet, so it's possible. It's the next logical place for her to go and retest that area. So I would keep that on the radar. Were I connecting dots and I would be seeing something like this forming. And depending on how you act with this wick, you know, you could be looking at a possible diamond formation, which is a reversal pattern. Also, the inverted shoulder, the head and the shoulder to the upside. Yeah, that could happen. It's much better to find them at a bottom than to find it that way at a top. Why didn't that work out? That's not a solid trend line at all. Let's go with this one. What you got? Can you give me anything? What can you give me? Resistance. You can give me resistance at that 100 moving average right there too. All right, so if I had to go with Brock, and I'm looking for an area where if you're going to take a trade and where you might be able to get out with some profit. She's got a trend line she's getting ready to break, or possibly getting ready to break. But the fact that we got this trend line right over here and it was support and support, well, this one's going to be resistance now, and wherever she lines up with the price is going to be a great place to take profit. Somewhere around 9.8 cents there. And that's about where our 0.5 fib is too. I'll throw in another one up here at 11.66. Because price should want to kind of gravitate toward that area. It might take it a while to get there. It might come up close to it and poke at it a little bit and just not quite get there, and then slowly ease into it. It's one of those kind of deals. But for short term, that's what I'm kind of seeing for that one. That's not bad. About 50% to 72% gains possible out of that. But I'd be looking at, you know, this makeshift trend line we got right here. I can definitely see her having a little problem. Maybe coming back down before going back up, that kind of thing. Pushki says they have a real loyal and passionate community. They also have a lot of really cool projects on their chain. That's cool. I asked you to look at their chart last year, almost exactly a year ago. Maybe that's where it came from then, huh? Okay, cool. Looks like Book of Meme has been moving. We're going to check out our meme coins, I guess. What happened to this? What's that? What is all this? Group Pass Exchange. I don't even know what all that crap is. What happened? I just see the number went up. Past light is past 236 fib area. Let's clear you out. See what we got. Book of Meme. She was hot and then she was not. Flirting with the possible breakout. Going from this candle body to that candle body, we get a little bit of a wedge. A shallow falling wedge, if you want to look at it that way. Which, according to Thomas Bukowski, those are pretty good ones. They should have a nice move. If you want to take that measure move, depending on what you want to do with it, you want to do the easy way. You just go from the top of the line here down to the bottom of the line there. It's a good little shortcut to do the more complicated way that Thomas Bukowski kind of does. And that suggests about 2.2 cents. Of course, if you do the Bukowski method, you would be going from the swing high to swing low, and you'd be going at 61%. You're basically marking out the 618 is what it basically comes out to when you're taking this measure move. So I just do that on my fib. I've been finding ways to get shortcuts for all these other things just using my fibs lately. It's been crazy. I love the Fibonacci. So 2 cents, maybe for Book of Meme. Daily chart looks fairly good. RSI is up here about what, 65%, not quite oversold yet. Or overbought yet. And take a look at Phantom. What are you doing, Phantom? Phantom here on the daily is playing with Lucy. Looks like we got Miss Lucy back on the scene again. But price is on the right side over this time. They got the 800 and the 600, and then we got price, and which below the 360 moving averages. Basically, we're just in a little sandwich area. Not bad, not bad. I don't see it going any lower than these two lines over here. These two bottom lines. Because our momentum just flipped to the upside, so I'm kind of liking that. I'm still looking for about that 54 cent area. Come back and retest that area. Phantom! Man, you lost your main trend line on that one. A little sideways. So altcoins are kind of looking a little bleh. Nothing really great going on. I just think back a few months ago, some of the YouTube thumbnails I saw were all crying out for an altcoin season, and I'm like, I don't see it. And certain enough, it is not here. However, Bitcoin season definitely is, with it sitting up here at 66,000. And we just got to hang on to Bitcoin to see if she's going to hang out in this area or is she going to come down lower. And I think she's got a good chance to hold here. I'm on the 2-hour time frame. We got her trend line. We got a 200 moving average here that she's floating up top above. My other big moving averages on this time frame. Damn. 63,000 is still in the picture though. It's still there. No getting around. It's a possibility. It's on the table to go to 63. But we don't have to. Well guys, that's about it for me tonight. And I will be back tomorrow, but I'm glad you guys hung out with me tonight. It's 10:24. I'm going to call it an early one. And I don't know. You might see me during the daytime. I might pop up. We'll have to see. If I can wake up early enough, I might be able to do a daytime stream tomorrow. But I'll see you again tomorrow night, regardless, somewhere around 10 o'clock-ish. But thanks for hanging out, and I'll see you then.
Come on, come here, bud. Come on. You freaky dog. I don't need to analyze. Every word that comes out is a lie. Make it look like you're so ice, ice, ice. You won't make it to the finish line. Nope. Now if you gotta know the truth, was gonna let you go. You was fine, never mind. Unpredictable.
Hey, it's just down into your you and me, we have a little talk about the life fucking there. I get it. I think you should hear the side. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Welcome to the